Lorenzo and Beppe work hard and make sure they're right on time, bringing pastures and goods along the lines of Verona, Italy. Both had never felt better in their life. They were both discovered in an old mine thanks to Thomas's visit on his world tour. Since then, both Lorenzo and Beppe continued to run the rails, bringing joy and happiness. However, Lorenzo would be in for the shock of his life. One day at the yards, Lorenzo was being oiled up for the morning excursion. Beppe was getting his windows polished when Lorenzo's driver walked up. He had bad news. His Holiness, the Pope. He's, I don't know how to say this to you, old boy, but he's not well. Not well? Surely. He will get better. He has to. Not from the way he's looking. From what I heard, it's bad. How bad are we talking? Lorenzo's driver was solemn. When finished, Lorenzo was shot. The Pope was very ill. Despite every treatment available, the odds were not looking great. Lorenzo puffed away, praying for the Pope to be well once more. Then 2 days later, Lorenzo backed into his shed. The yards were silent. Lorenzo had a sickening feeling in the smoke box. Lorenzo's driver stepped down from the footplate. His Holiness the Pope passed away this morning. I'm very sorry, old boy. Lorenzo sadly looked down at his buffers. A few shed birds over, Gina broke down into tears. Beppe, Lorenzo's personal coach, looked over at his friend. They both remembered as a little boy, the Pope enjoyed seeing locomotives in action. Lorenzo formed a bond like no other, even when his papacy began back in 2013. Lorenzo and Beppe both had the honor of transporting the Pope to the Vatican, where he was sworn in. It won't be the same without you, Your Holiness, Beppe moped. As he, Lorenzo, Gina, even the workmen mourned the passing of the Pope. The next day, Lorenzo's driver and fireman arrived with important news. I was speaking to one of the cardinals. The Pope made a set of final wishes before he was laid to rest. One of these wishes is for you to take him to his place of rest. But before that, His Holiness has asked you and Beppe to sing. It would be a huge honor, sir, honoring His Holiness. Lorenzo and Beppe were polished till they were shining in the sun. An additional coach was attached to Beppe due to the amount of people wanting to pay their final respects to the Pope. The last of the pastors boarded Beppe, the guard blew his whistle, and the duo set off towards the Vatican. The setting was immense. World leaders from far and wide came to pay their respects. As the pastors disembarked towards the funeral procession, the eldest cardinal raised his hand for attention. It is with great sadness that His Holiness left the world, but he left an impactful legacy behind. Let us celebrate his life with good grace and honor. It's what he would have wanted us to do. But now I ask the Pope's dear friends, Lorenzo and Beppe, to come forward. A switch was changed, and Lorenzo, puffing towards the stage, felt confident. Beppe was not so sure, however. What if we mess up? We can't let His Holiness down. Just like we rehearsed, Beppe, we got this. Lorenzo pulled beside the stage. Opposite, the Vatican's shunting tractor pushed Beppe to the opposite side. Both with confidence, and soon, Lorenzo and Beppe belted out an emotional opera like no other. The audience was moved by every moment. Once finished, the crowd clapped and cheered, Lorenzo blowing his whistle in appreciation. Soon they returned to the Vatican station, where the pastors reboarded Beppe and the additional coach. The guard blew his whistle, and the duo set off for home. As the Pope was laid to rest, Lorenzo and Beppe reflected on the impactful memories of the Pope, his dedication, and nostalgia, both knowing he would always watch over the intrepid duo of Italy. I wonder what other adventures Lorenzo and Beppe would have next. Don't you?